Welcome to the top of the Canadian Rockies. This week, my brother Wil and I are traveling Alberta, Canada. We know all about the world-famous Banff National Park, but there's another place we've heard about that's laid back, less busy, and the largest national park in the Canadian Rockies. In partnership with Travel Alberta, let's see how much adventure we can have in 4 days, starting in Alberta's capital, Edmonton, the closest city you can fly into to get to Jasper National Park.
Ow. Hi.
Starting on day one of our Alberta itinerary, we flew from SFO to Edmonton on WestJet Air. So there are a couple things you need to know before you start planning your trip to Canada from the US. In order to visit Canada, you need at least 2 doses of the COVID-19 vaccine. Then the day before your flight, make sure you download the ArriveCAN app where you'll upload all of your COVID-19 vaccine documents and your flight information. So as long as you have your flight, 2 COVID-19 doses, and your ArriveCAN app, you're all set to travel to Canada. Since this is a road trip, you'll want to reserve your rental car to pick up at the airport. We rented with Enterprise, but there are plenty of options for rental car services and prices depending on your preference. It's around 30 minutes to drive from the airport to downtown Edmonton, and once you check into your hotel, drop your bags off and get changed because we're going straight into the first activity in Edmonton. So this is a winter activity that we've always wanted to try, and we picked the sunniest, warmest day out here. So here in Edmonton, you can learn how to ice climb right in the heart of the city. You don't have to travel, you don't have to go to the mountains, so it makes it really accessible for everyone. And when I say everyone, I really mean all ages can do this. This ice wall is run by volunteers who are ice climbing enthusiasts. They love this sport so much that they want to help you learn it so you can have as much fun as they do. We've got our ski boots on, we've got crampons, we've got the helmet, we've got the trainers, the experts. Let's get climbing.
Yeah, both feet level, get them in level, and then stand up.
At first, this ice wall looked so intimidating, but our coaches were with us every step of the way, making sure we were safe and our movements up the wall were all good. You essentially just kick your feet into the ice, swing the axe to get a firm grip, then lift your body up and repeat the process. You're attached to a rope system, so you're safely suspended while climbing. Honestly, that's so scary. I was scared the whole climb up. My heart is like pounding right now.
She did better than me. I tried to just overpower her with my arms.
Women are typically better beginner climbers. Men think they can just upper body muscle.
But yeah, she did do better.
That was so much fun. If you come to Edmonton, this has to be the first thing you do in the town. I mean, it's great. It's like right in the heart of the city. You just park right here in the parking lot and you walk to the ice wall. Did something new today. Learned how to climb an ice wall. After all that travel and ice climbing, you're probably going to be super hungry, and you're in luck because Edmonton has an incredible culinary scene. We got dinner at Tres Carnales Rostizado and treated ourselves to as much of the menu as we could eat. And then we went straight to sleep for an early morning start. Today we are heading west to Jasper National Park, and it's about a 3-hour drive with good weather. And the weather outside is looking gorgeous today. We had a smooth drive all the way to Jasper. It's a beautiful, scenic mountain drive, and on the way you'll stop at the entrance to the park where you'll pay for an entrance ticket based on how many days you'll be staying in the park. For our weekend trip here in Jasper National Park, we're staying at the Pyramid Lake Resort, and this is my cozy room here. It's got a nice little fireplace with a switch. Just turn it on. We've got the bed, a workstation, a little refrigerator, and a microwave and some coffee makers. So this is a great little spot for a weekend trip. And of course, all that driving made us hungry, so we decided to treat ourselves to dinner at the Pines restaurant, which is right there at the resort. When we visit a new place, we really like to try all the local recommendations. From bison tartare to Arctic fish to elk, we really had quite the dinner feast. Good morning from the Pyramid Lake Resort here in Jasper National Park. This morning, we are going on the Malen Ice Walk.
You cold yet? You feel all right?
No, I'm okay.
You probably dress warm.
As long as we keep, yeah, look, I'm wearing ski pants.
It's like plastic. Why is there water there? This is like the ice version of bubble wrap.
I was just gonna
when you're a kid and you like stepping on bubble wrap.
I'm just kidding, that's not the real ice walk. We met our guide for the day, Dieter, who picked us up from the Pyramid Lake Resort and took us to the Malen Tea House to get fitted in all of the ice walking gear. The Malen Canyon Ice Walk is a 3 to 4 hour hike deep inside an ancient canyon with frozen waterfalls, ice caves, and all kinds of ice formations. When you visit Jasper, this will no doubt be on your list of things to do, and the best and safest way to do this ice walk is to have a guide who knows the trail. Booking a tour here is worthwhile because your guide will provide you with ice cleats and a helmet, which are essential when you're walking into the canyon.
It is really icy here, so you definitely have to come with these cleats. Rent some cleats or get some cleats from somewhere because it's very slippery.
Our guide Dieter has been leading this ice walk for over 30 years, and without him, we definitely would have missed a few turns to get to the caves. He also took us to paths around the iciest areas, so he definitely saved us from a few slips and falls too. I just got back from the Malen Ice Canyon walk. I still have some helmet marks on my head. I'm gonna go into town now and go get some lunch. Maybe I'll go on a little food trip. Jasper is a small mountain town community with surprisingly many different restaurants and cuisines ranging from high-end to quirky hole-in-the-walls. We got quite a few recommendations from Dieter, and after a long ice walk, a steaming bowl of hot kimchi soup was my go-to. There's nothing like hot Korean food after a long day walking through an ice canyon. Always got to go with the kimchi soup. For appetizers, I got tteok bak. So this is rice cakes, noodles, and fish cakes. To continue this Jasper food trip, I met Wil at Syrah's of Jasper, which was highly recommended from Jasper locals. To date, this meal was one of the most unique and memorable dishes we've had on our travels thus far. The standout dishes were the elk carpaccio, the elk Wellington, and the vegetarian mushroom loaf. Realistically, every dish we had was so good, you can't go wrong with anything on this menu. And yes, we did finish everything. My mom would have killed us if we left anything on the plate.
All right, so we are currently on a mission to find a hole in the ice. We've been doing this since yesterday. We found some holes, but they are frozen over already.
A hole in the ice. I think we have to explain that a little bit further.
It's just a hole in the ice so I can go in the freezing cold water. That's all it is. It's as simple as that. What's there more to explain?
I don't know. I guess the why makes me wonder.
I wrote out a whole podcast, but it would take an hour for me to talk about the benefits of cold therapy and why doing this is good for your body. This has been my dream for a few years.
Is it called the polar ice plunge? I'm definitely not doing it. This is a him thing. You ready? This is your big moment. Been waiting all your life for this.
Last time it was frozen.
Dude.
Wait.
If you are daring enough and you want to seek the thrill of frigid cold temperatures, then you can try the polar ice plunge.
All right, this is the polar Arctic ice plunge challenge. I don't know what it's called. I'm just going under the ice.
I'm so cold just watching him.
Woo! Feels good.
Are you wearing your swimming trunks? Can you touch the ground? Oh wow.
Touching the ground right now, it hurts. No pain, no gain.
He's an absolute madman. That doesn't look fun or comfortable or... No, that looks torturous.
I passed a minute.
After a refreshing plunge into icy waters, we checked out of the hotel, and for our last couple hours in Jasper, we headed to the Sky Tram.
On your last day in Jasper, right after you check out of your hotel, you can come to the Jasper Sky Tram and take it all the way to the top. This just opened on March 25th, so it's open for the spring now, and hopefully the sun comes out and we can see the whole mountain range.
This is the longest, highest tram in all of Canada, and on a clear day, you can see panoramic views of the Canadian Rockies.
When you come out of the tram building, you can take a little short hike on this trail right up to the top. Make sure you bring sunglasses though, because it's pretty bright out.
If you want to hike the mountain and there is still a lot of snow, make sure to wear snow boots with traction, or you can also rent snowshoes because this is really slippery and it will not be an enjoyable hike if you don't have proper shoes.
Almost there. Bet you on a clear day, you can see the whole freaking range. Woo! We made it!
We made it!
All right, let's go.
All right.
Take the afternoon to drive back to Edmonton and make it just in time for dinner at Bijou.
Thank you. These tempura shrimp peach bao, so good. I love this restaurant.
And there is your perfect 4-day itinerary to these laid-back spots in Alberta. Even if you only have a few days, you can still see some of the very best of Edmonton and Jasper National Park. If you have any questions about this itinerary, drop all of them down below, add any recommendations if you can think of any, and thank you for watching. Until next time.